Hey, what's going on, everyone? It's B. Avery here for another episode of Just My Opinion. Thank you so much. I really do appreciate it. And with this episode, we are talking Watchmen Season 1, Episode 6, titled This Extraordinary Being. Also, if this is your first time finding me and you want more movie reviews, trailer reactions, television recaps like this Watchmen show, or just me responding to any type of entertainment news, please click on that subscribe button and also that bell so you can be notified when I make uploads. So, if you saw the title of this video that I have uploaded on YouTube, it is Does Watchmen Hate Black Men? And while I did love this episode, there is something that happened in this episode that I just thought was completely unnecessary and dang near ruins the episode for me. And I'm just like, man, do I want to keep watching this show? I mean, it's very interesting what they're doing with white supremacy, but white supremacy, it just tries to cause so much confusion. And I'm going to talk about that, but I'm going to save that trade for later on in this episode. But I really did like the episode for the most part. I mean, this is possibly one of the best episodes of the season so far, other than the thing that really did tick me off, which I said we'll talk about. Because before the show started, or after I saw like the first episode, I remember I thought I heard an interview or just, someone around the corner just saying, hey, you really cannot judge this show until you see the sixth episode. And there is a lot to unpack within this episode that we're going to talk about. We only have 3 episodes left, but let's go ahead and get into it. I love the way it started. We have a scene from the show American History Story with Hooded Justice being interrogated by 2 policemen. And they're like, trying to blackball him, trying to blackmail him. But like, hey, all we want to do is take a picture of you. Let's see that pretty face. We know that you're smashing this dude over here, and he's your boyfriend, and he's not faithful to you. He has another boyfriend, and we have it on tape. And look, all we want to do is just making this change. And I just like the scene. It was great acting, great performances in that scene. I like the score, especially when the fight went down and all the choreography. No. It was intense, and it's quite bloody. And I don't mind blood and guts and things of that nature. But even myself, I was a little squeamish in my seat on my couch. I was like, oh man, that's just just quite intense. But I'm liking it and I'm feeling it. But what we do get in the reveal of this episode is, while that is Hooded Justice in the American History Story, we see that Will, the grandfather of Angela, is the actual Hooded Justice character. So when they're depicting this in the show, they're actually using a white man to do so. And I don't know how I feel about that, because when we got flashbacks, and I feel like I'm jumping around, June, who is the reporter and also Will's wife, his down ass woman, his down ass chick, his down ass lady, she's like, hey, badges are not gonna just save the day. This the law. You have to be this, this hero to save the day. And the only way it's gonna work is if people think that it's a white man under that mask. So, jumping around, I do like that she's just kind of down for him. But going back to the previous episode 5, just real quick. Looking Glass, played by Tim Blake Nelson, he gets revealed the truth that the squid and all that's just a farce that was created by, I'm gonna say, Dr. Manhattan, and also Ozymandias or whatever, and he shook or whatever. And I think the senator was just like, hey, we're trying to do this, we're trying to do that. And he throws Angela on the bus like, hey, you can either get on board or I can't remember exactly, but we're going to take her out. So, he kind of sets her up to get arrested, in the police station, because the mic is in the microphone. Not the mic is in the microphone. I can't talk today. The mic is in the cactus. And Laura Blake or whatever, that crazy lady over there, she hears it and like, hey, arrest her, because I forgot exactly what Angela did. It slipped my mind, but she's arrested. And what does Angela do? She just takes them pills real quick, just puts them in her mouth. I got almonds spilling everywhere. I gotta throw those away. They probably still, because the bag is open. But anyway, she takes all the nostalgia pills that Will left behind or whatever, and she takes like a lethal dose. And man, my goodness gracious, this woman is tripping balls or whatever. And the acting is good or whatever. And it's just something that I like about the episode, actually that I love about the episode from a technical standpoint, is how they're intertwining the past and the present and the way that they're editing the show with the black and white and the colors and things of that nature. I just thought that was brilliant. And because we see her in the jail cell, she's tripping balls, she's, blinking her eyes, bucking her eyes, and things of that nature. And, Laura Blake coming over the asshole talking about, sign the paper, we need a consent form to, pump your stomach or whatever. You know what I'm saying? And like, what are you doing? If you're going to go into a coma or whatever. And like I said, Angela is just tripping balls. And then we get the drummer on the thing, and it transitions over to in black or whatever. I'm like, man, this is just dope. I'm loving this episode or whatever. So then we get the flashback or whatever, which is around like the 1940s. And just like a little tidbit, let me move my mic. Just a little tidbit. I like how we also got that little brief little glimpse of the birth of Superman, because Will is he was after he arrested that white supremacist that was like the leader of the Cyclops or whatever, he was like, oh, it's better than newspapers. Like, yeah, it's very hopeful. And he was reading the Action comic or whatever, and it was like, it was basically the story of Superman. If you're watching this, you know the story of Superman. I just thought that was great or whatever. But going back to the very beginning of the flashback, Will is getting his badge, and, of course, white supremacy is everywhere, especially back then, 50, 60, 70 years ago or whatever. Right before, during World War II, the white man don't want to give Will the badge. The black dude gives it to him like, thank you, keep doing what you're doing. And it's like, watch out for the Cyclops. I'm like, what the hell is Cyclops? This isn't no X-Men. This is, ain't Marvel. This is DC. I'm kidding, you guys. You know what I'm talking about. But what I like, though, is that we get a shot of June, and she's over there just being a down-ass wife to her husband, like doing her reporting stuff. And I like the fact that she's, one of the things that I was liking about the show was like, okay, we got this nice black couple or whatever, I'm saying, strong black man, strong black woman. And if you've seen my previous episodes, you know that I was really frustrated with Yahya Abdul-Mateen II's character, because I feel that they, making him seem like a little bitch, a better male, to where, he has a strong woman in Angela, which is fine. But why is he so weak? Why didn't he save the day when the 7th Cavalry, came and infiltrated all the police homes and shot her in the stomach? Why didn't he help? Why didn't Angela check the white grandfather of their adopted children, calling him a chicken shit? Why was there a shot of him lower than his wife Angela, talking about, baby, oh, we're going to be safe? All this stuff, it was really pissing me off. Like, man, why are they emasculating the black man? So I was happy in this episode where I see Will, he's getting promoted or whatever. He's getting his badge, strong black couple at the table. She's being honest with him, like, hey, I'm here for you as your wife, and also the reporter, and all that good stuff. But hey, but I like how she's talking to him, like she's being a good woman, but she's also being honest. I don't want no yes man, yes woman or whatever. Just like, yes, baby, yes, anything I can do for you. No, I want a woman to speak her mind, and she was like, hey man, you angry. I'm just looking out for you. I kind of noticed this, what I'm saying? I know you better than everybody else, but it's okay, baby. You have a right to be angry. You saw all your people getting murdered 20 years ago or so, give or take a few years, doing the Tulsa massacre in the Greenwood district. I get it, what I'm saying? But I want you to know that I'm here for you, baby. He's like, no, and I just like that. They go home and, she's loving all on him. She's being a supportive wife, and I'm just like, yes, a strong black couple. I'm loving this. I'm feeling that, what I'm saying? Because the white supremacy exists. We all know that. If you don't want to, if you want to pretend like it doesn't exist and lie, you're being crazy. It's all in the show. But not only does white supremacy, if you do not know white supremacy, what it is and how it works, everything else will confuse you. Nellie Fuller says that all the time. And white supremacy controls all aspects of life. It controls economics, education, entertainment, labor, law, politics, religion, sex, and war / counter war / self-defense. And this is entertainment. It's supposed to be entertaining, but it also, white supremacy controls sex or whatever. They don't, now again, there's only 3 groups of people on the whole planet Earth. You got white people, you got non-white people, and then you got white supremacists. So if you're a white person and you're sensitive, I just realized that I just separated the white people from white supremacists. It's a completely different group. You got your white people out there that could be good and are still severely undereducated, but then the white supremacists way over here, they're evil, okay? And so they're the worst scum that ever walked the face of the earth. And like I said, they control all of that. And the white supremacists they want to cause as much confusion as possible. Sex confusion, especially with black people. Okay, and they felt like they did that in the show, and I'm finna get to that in a second. But I'm really liking. Hold on, I'm gonna make sure I'm not tripping something. tripping something. I want to make sure I'm not forgetting anything, but let's put a pin right there. Before Angela was tripping balls, and my bad for jumping around. I like the how they explain how the nostalgia pills work, how they put the chips in your brain and they extract all your memories and they put it in your pills because Laura Blake was like, look, nobody wants to live in the past when they could live in the present. But it was, made, she didn't say Alzheimer's. She said, I can't remember exactly what she said, but she said the market was for older people or whatever, but that limits the market. So, but it became addicting, and then Lady True, it owned the company, and then they outlawed it or whatever, yada, yada, yada. So I like how they was doing that. But going back to the couple, wait a minute, I'm leaving the part out. Oh, yes. So Will is doing his police thing, right? And then he sees the white supremacists try to burn down the building, the restaurant or the whatever place it was. And the dude is just so bold, like, I don't give a damn, boy. What is your name, boy? Blowing the smoke in his face. And I was like, my goodness gracious. I hope that at some point Will just beats the hell out of this guy or, able to serve some type of justice. This dude is evil. So he arrests him. The dude goes in there to pretend like he has his back, but he's like, we got it right here. And I thought that was the white supremacist sign right there that's everywhere, but I think they did something like that because I watched this episode twice. Dude gets released or whatever, and such just great acting right here that's coming up is the cops try to get Will to take him to go get a drink or whatever. He's like, nah, I'm good. I'm mad. Y'all don't release this dude that, I done arrested that's just going around creating arson, burning down buildings, and they beat his ass in the alley, and it really pissed me off. And I'm like, man, I knew that Will didn't die because, we see him, he's alive now in present day. So they just beat him up, strung him up just for a little bit and just try to give him a warning. And I like the fact that earlier on, I think it was episode 4, that's focused more on Lady True. Yeah, I think it was episode 4. Will said to Lady True, was like, look, Lady True was like, Will, why don't you just tell her who you are? And he was like, well, she don't want to listen. She wants to experience things for herself, and she will eventually. So I like this episode as far as Angela taking those nostalgia pills and, necessarily experiencing Will's memories herself. So when he's hung from the tree and she's experiencing that and she's cut down, she was, afraid and just like, just shooken up and just tortured. And then she just has a moment of rage in her act, because she's so pissed off. Like, ugh! And I felt her, man. I was like, my sister, ooh, I'm like, I'm here for you. I got you. You know what I'm saying? Like it was just great acting, and I love that. And then, Will took that rage and beat up the people, saved the white people in the alley. And that is the birth of hooded justice or whatever. But then we don't just fast forward. We go to the next scene where, June, Will's wife, is being a very good wife. You know what I'm saying? Just, being down for him and get a knock at the door. And I think the white dude was Captain Metropolis. I may be getting that wrong, but that goes back to the very beginning of the episode where they brought up the name, in the interrogation room with the white actor playing Hooded Justice or whatever. And he comes in there and he makes the proposal or whatever. Now, this is the part that pisses me off. What was the point of them having the sex scene, like the gay sex scene? Like, why? Why, man? I am sick of this crap, man. Like, it bothers me. What was the point of putting that in the show, in this episode? Why? It doesn't make any sense. We had a strong black heterosexual couple, but then you have to have Will fucking a white man. For what? What is the point of that? I don't understand. I mean, you have a down-ass wife for you that's good to you, doing everything you want. Even back when they was at the table and she was saying, you're angry, and he got his ass whooped and she goes home. He opened the door. You're right, baby. I'm angry. I like the communication. Communication is so important not in an episode, but in life and in couples, especially with black people. You know what I'm saying? We need to communicate. Baby, you're right. I'm angry. And what did she do? She embraced him and she hugged him. Or whatever, and she was just there for him. You know what I'm saying? Like, I mean, what else do you want? And then she goes to sleep. She goes to work. She ain't just at home doing nothing. And I'm not saying nothing bad about no housewives or nothing like that, because your work at home is very appreciated and loved. But if you can do that and work too, that's dope as hell. Hey, baby, I done went to work and back. I know you got to work, but I got you. I'm still gonna go out there and grind in these streets for us. I got you. I'm working, and I'm gonna make sure that you got some food at the table, and I'm gonna read. Hey, you're in the paper, baby. You know what I'm saying? So goddamn supportive. But you want to give us a character that's gonna cheat on this? Are you serious? Please, I'm single. If there's somebody out there, you know what I'm saying, that, you know, we can get along and go to the movies together, I ain't gonna cheat on you, especially with no man. But no, they just got to throw that in there. Now, another thing, I am not trying to sit here and shit on all my gay brothers and sisters out there, whatever. You know what I'm saying? If you gay, if you're a man and you like men, and if you're a woman out there and you like woman, I still love you, okay? I do not hate you. You are a human being, and you deserve to be treated with love and respect just like everybody else. I got gay people in my family, and I love them. I don't have no kids, but if I have kids and they're gay, I'm still going to love them. And yeah, I'm not going to treat, if you're gay, I'm not going to treat you better and worse than nobody else. I'm going to treat you the same, and you deserve to be treated fairly. If you down for me, I'm down for you. If somebody's out there mistreating you, shame on them. I will be there by your side or whatever. So I don't want to get be you homophobic or nothing like that. I love everybody that loves me, whether you're gay, you're straight, male, woman, female, old, child, black, red, yellow, white, and brown. So I don't want to hear no homophobic crap. However, I am a black, strong heterosexual, and I promote that. Everybody has the right to live whatever life they want to live. So if you're gay, that is your choice. That is your prerogative. I don't care who nobody sleep with, as long as it's constructive, okay? But at the same time, I am not going to promote that lifestyle, because I just feel, me personally, my personal beliefs, that a man should be with a woman. But if you want to be with the same sex, hey, that's on you. More power to you. And the reason why I say this is what I was talking about earlier, the white supremacists call confusion. They don't want anybody to reproduce, especially with black people. They're trying to infuse this into society to make it seem like it's just the norm, and that's fine, but then just tailor it off to black people, because they do not want black people to reproduce. They do not. I know it may sound crazy, but I've been paying attention to this for a long time. They do not want black people to reproduce. They want to create as much sexual confusion in the black population as possible. It should be for obvious reasons, but read ISIS papers by the late Dr. Francis Cross, was in a ton of other books, and so that just pisses me off. I mean, look, I just want a strong black. There's so many problems in the black community right now, and it's not black people's fault. Well, like a Dr. Aaron D. Johnson said, what has been done to us is profound and multifaceted. And I'm like, look, even if you want to have a gay couple, a gay scene in the show, fine. But can I please have a strong, just black couple, just give me that. We can't give it we don't get it in Black Lightning or whatever. And I talked about that show, and yes, my recaps of videos are coming. But it pissed me off in that show, because you got a strong, down-ass wife for you, and why are you cheating on her? What is the point? What is the point, man? And that just really pissed me off in this episode. I mean, the god dang episode was dang near flawless. But, you know, it was unnecessary. We get a weak beta male with a Yahya Abdul-Mateen II's character, and then we got this dude over here cheating on his wife with a man. I mean, just in general, like, why? So, I mean, look, guys, if you don't like me for that, hey, you don't like me, but this is just my opinion, and I'm going to give it to you, okay? So, again, I love everybody, especially if you love me, but it was no reason for that. I just want a strong black heterosexual couple, and that's what I promote. And no, they didn't do that. There was no point of him cheating or whatever. They served the story no way whatsoever. But anyway, what I do like about going back to the show, you know, I'm still in the show. Will, he's Hooded Justice. We found that out in this episode. And he is going around infiltrating different white supremacist groups. He goes to the factory. He goes in there and whoops the KKK people in the back. And I love the fight choreography. I mean, he's not like an expert martial artist, but he's doing whatever he can do. He's using his weight, and I like that. All of that commotion is going off in the background, but then he gets thrown into the front of the store. Did the people in the front of the store not hear what was going on in the back? I was like, wait a minute, they breaking bodies and throwing each other on the floor and kicking tables and lamps and shades and shelves and all. Y'all didn't hear it in the back. And then just so cool on a technical level, when the dude pulls out the shotgun, he does like a ninja barrel roll through the glass. And then they do the Matrix panning around thing. And I just thought that was beautiful. I was like, man, this is dope the way they're doing this. I'm loving this so far. But then it freeze frames to Laura Blake. It's like, hey, Are you there? You're in a coma. If you can hear me, blink. And as she's blinking, coming to, you see it's in black and white, but you see different specks of color or whatever. And I just love that from a storytelling point, like technically or whatever. That's just like really, really nice to look at. I also just like that some scenes, like when he's opening a door, he goes into like another scene. It just like, brilliant, editing to me. We also got scenes of like Bass Reeves going back, I'm jumping around everywhere, guys, and I apologize. His wife is like, hey, tell me, you're angry. Tell me, the story about how you was in the theater, you was watching Bass Reeves, and that inspired you. And that's actually towards the beginning of this episode, I think. And they show that again. But fast forwarding even more, Hooded Justice is with the rest of his posse, the rest of his team or whatever, doing, press conferences and things of that nature. And, they are the new Minutemen. But his gay partner or whatever, just like, hey, I really want to see you. But he's like, no, I don't want to see you. I'm trying to, rid of these white supremacists. And what I like is he shot that dude in the head or whatever, because, he finds out that they're doing mind control with film projections. And like I said, man, these white supremacists are sick, man. They're sick. I mean, like, leave us alone. Like, why won't you just let us live? I mean, they just creating a device to make us kill ourselves. I mean, these people are sick. These people are sick, man. And I like that he went in there and just shot everybody in the head. He shot everybody in the face. He whooped their ass. He strangled that dude to death. He burnt up the bodies. Now, what was kind of silly to me is like, I understand, he was out there, just like, man, I took this down. He burnt down the building. Okay, that's cool. But bro, run away. Don't just stand there. You're the only person alive, watching the building burn. Somebody drive by, walk by, they're going to blame you. But I think at that point, he really didn't give a damn. He's just like, look, I'm out here by myself or whatever, it was great. Other than my little rant that I just made right there, everything else was great. I really like what they was doing with the Cyclops and the white supremacists and all that. But man, I almost left this out. So we, Will and his woman June are in bed, and she's like, "Baby, tell me about the time to where we first met." And apparently, she's the baby that he picked up or whatever. She was like, I picked you up and I was like, you're okay. And you stopped crying. And then she's like, okay, don't make me cry again. I was like, oh, that's her because I'm pregnant or whatever. And I was like, oh, okay. And another thing that I was so mad about is that when they were in bed, she being the greatest wife that she can be, dude cheats. She's like, baby, they don't care about you. They just care about what you can do for them. And he's like, but baby, I need them. They're my team. And he's like, I'm your team. And she just let him know, baby, I got you. I'm just like, what else do you want, bro? What else do you want? There is no asshole out in the world that's going to feel better than the vagina. That's just my opinion. And I'm not trying to find out either. I'm just saying, but damn, man, I'm like, God, dog, shit. She is just super down for you, man, and you stepping out on her, man. But anyway, she finds out that she's pregnant. Now, one thing that I really encouraged for towards the end is like, she's the one that encouraged him to be the Hooded Justice or whatever, because he wanted to be the law. But then it's like he has a right to be angry, but then she left him. Just because she saw that the son was following the foot, that kind of bothered me right there too. But, I guess nothing can be perfect. But, then at the end of the episode, we see that Will, was able to mimic or learn that mind control technique and make the police chief commit suicide or whatever. And that was clever. I mean, the dude is really resourceful and mindful, in the wheelchair. And I just thought that was interesting. And the dude, and I like the line of dialogue. He was like, look, I don't know if that's the same tree that they hung up on, but, of course, he still got this chip on his shoulder. But it's like, look, you're part of the Cyclops. And I really want to know, I hope they reveal it later. I didn't catch this part. It's like the captain was like, I'm trying to help you people. Help how? And he was, trying to, it's my legacy. I'm proud of it. And it's like, this world was my granddaddy's. He was like, well, if you're proud of it, why are you hiding it? I was like, oops, sip some tea right there. You know what I'm saying? And, now you need to hang yourself. So I hope that they don't, because in episode 4, when Will was talking to Lady True, he was like, if Angela finds out what I did, she's going to hate me. I hope they're not talking about find out that I'm the one that made the police chief hang himself, because it appears that he was a white supremacist racist. And I don't want Angela crying like, oh, you killed my precious white man. I love him even though he's a racist. You killed him. I would be pissed if they go down that route or whatever. So we're just going to have to see. Guys, we only have 3 more episodes left. And, other than, them emasculating black men and making black men look like crap with Yahya Abdul-Mateen II. And then there was just no point. I mean, even like maybe it will reveal himself, but the 2 men having sex, that just really rubbed me the wrong way, But I'm gonna still keep watching the show, guys. But I'm not a dummy. No, give us strong black characters, man. Not don't try to no. But if you disagree with me, we can talk about it. Let's have a civil discussion in the comment section. Even I need to respond to I'll just be so busy, but no excuses, guys. But guys, that is just my opinion. Thank you so much for tuning into this episode. I really do appreciate it. If you like the recap, the review, please go ahead and give me that thumbs up. And also please subscribe to the channel. I just reached 15,000 subscribers. So guys, thank you very much. Help me reach 20,000 subscribers. Also, guys, you can look me up on social media, Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. On Instagram, please help me reach at least 1,000 followers. That's the next milestone I want to reach on there. And it's right there at the bottom of your screen. The links are also in the pinned comments and the description box. All you got to do is click the button, click follow, and then you'll be on your way. But guys, again, I just want to thank you so much for tuning in to my episodic recap review of Watchmen Season 1, Episode 6. And before you go, don't forget to always chase your dreams, because I'm chasing mine. My name is Brandon Keith Avery, and that's just my opinion. Peace.